It is also a 2-mark question. It is a numerical type of question. In this question, it is said that the Gibbs free energy equation for a system undergoing phase transition by is given by, this is the equation that is given as delta G is equal to delta H minus T delta S, where delta G is the change in Gibbs free energy, delta H is the change in enthalpy, delta S is the change in entropy, and T is the temperature in Kelvin. During melting transition, two systems A and B show no difference in delta H, means no change in enthalpy, but B exhibits 10% lower delta S than A. That means B exhibits 10% lower entropy. Change in entropy is 10% lower that compared to entropy in A. The ratio of the melting temperature of B to that of A rounded off to 2 decimal places is. In this question we have to solve for delta G is equal to delta S. So the equation that is given as delta G is equal to delta H minus T delta S. So let delta S of A is equal to S. It is the change of entropy for a system A. So for delta S for B, it is 10% lower. So delta S for B, it is 10% lower than that of B. That means S minus 10% of A, 10 upon 100 into S. That means 0.9 S. Okay, it is given, and no change in delta H, means delta H of A is equal to delta H of B is equal to H is constant. Now we have to form from equation 1. This is equation 1. So if we take from delta G and delta H as constant, if we take delta G and delta H as constant, so T delta S is constant. If we say, then T is inversely proportional to 1 upon delta S. T is inversely proportional to delta S. That means melting temperature, T is a melting temperature, delta S is the change in entropy. T A upon T B is equal to delta S of, if it is inversely proportional, then it comes out to be delta S of B upon delta S of A. For that, delta S of B, it is given as 0.9 S upon S. It is cancelled, then Ta upon Tb is equal to 0.9, and you need to find melting ratio of melting temperature of B to A. Tb upon Ta you need to find. Tb upon Ta will come out to be 1 upon 0.9. When you will solve, then it comes out to be 1.11. Rounded off to 2 decimal places, then the correct option would be 1.11 is the correct option. It is a 2-mark question. So just focus on the basics and you will solve it easily. Now coming to the next question. It is also a 2-mark NAT type of question, numerical answer type question. It is said that a monofilament gets extruded at a speed of 10 meter per minute from a spinneret of 0.2 mm diameter. In order to ensure a spin draw ratio of 11, the first godet roller with a diameter of 70 cm has to rotate with an angular velocity RPM of rounded off to nearest integer, means you have to answer in integers. So if you know draw ratio, what is draw ratio in general, that is in terms of angular velocity, it is v2 upon v1, angular velocity of the second upon angular velocity of the first. In this question the draw ratio is given out to be 11 and v2 is not given, and first v1 is given to be 10 meter per minute speed. v2 upon v1 means velocity, speed of second upon speed of first. So v2 upon v1 is given out to be 10, then v2 is equal to 110 meter per minute. If v2 is 110 meter per minute, then you know v2 for velocity, it is the formula for v2 is v is pi dn. N is the rpm, d is the diameter. And if it is asked in, since the diameter is given in centimeter, then we can also the objective is all the units should be in the same dimensions. So if the diameter is in centimeter, you can take out write it down as 110 into 100 centimeter per minute. The objective is centimeter will get cancelled. Diameter is said as 70 centimeter into n into 110 into 100 centimeter per minute. So centimeter to centimeter got cancelled, and if we solve as 110 into 100 upon 70 pi, then if you will solve this equation, then it will come out to be n is equal to 50.02. Since we have to write it in integers, then the nearest integer is 50. Then the answer for this question would be n is 50. This is the correct answer. Now coming to the next question. It is also a 2-mark question, NAT type. 9 slivers having the same mean linear density are doubled on a draw frame. That means doubling is done on the draw frame machine. If the standard deviation of the linear density of each sliver is 0.3 kilotex, then the standard deviation of the linear density of the doubled sliver is. So you have to find the linear density of the doubled sliver. What is given as number of slivers drafted and doubled. That means drafting and doubling is done for number of slivers drafted and doubled are 9. And total drafted sliver linear density. If the linear density of the one sliver is 0.3 kilotex, then the total drafted sliver linear density would be, for 1 it is 0.3, then for 9 it is 9 into 0.3, that means 0.7 kilotex. And so the for doubling, you know that for standard deviation of the linear density of the doubled sliver, if you find this standard deviation of linear density of doubled sliver, the formula is total drafting upon root of doubling. Total draft upon under root of doubling. That means total draft is 2.7, or doubling is of 9. That means root of 9 means 2.7 upon 3, that is 0.9 kilotex. So answer is 1 decimal place, then the correct option is 0.9. So this is a 2-mark question. Now coming to the next question. In this question, it is said that the twist angle in degree of a surface fibers in a yarn with a density of 700 kg per meter cube and twist multiplier of 6000 per meter into under root takes rounded off to the nearest integer is. It is a 2-mark NAT question. So in this question, what is given as TM as? It is a twist multiplier. And Other one, the density is given as 700 kg per meter cube. It is a density, d, d, small d. So you have to find twist angle theta. So you know that tan theta is equal to pi into d into t. So tan theta, t is twist. So twist, we do not know twist. So with the help of twist multiplier, we will find out what is the value of twist. Since density diameter is in, so d upon 100 meter. So it is consider it to be in centimeter. What is it is in centimeter? So d upon 100 into meter. If d is given in centimeters, so it is in meter. What is t? The formula of twist is twist multiplier 6000, that is twist multiplier, upon pi d square, d diameter, pi d square upon 4. That means radius, pi r square into rho means the density. The density is given out to be in 700 kg per meter cube, but to keep all these things in centimeter, so converting these things into 1000 centimeter, 1000 gram upon in centimeter, we need to find into 10 की power 5 into 10 की power 5 upon 10 की power 6 to keep all these things in centimeter per meter cube. Meter cube means this is comes out to be in centimeter cube. Meter cube means 100 centimeter ka whole cube means 10 की power 6. So I think you have understood why 10 की power 6 is divided, and for 10 की power 5, 10 की power 5 is kept for centimeter. Okay, then if you will solve all these things, then the tan theta will come out to be, if you will solve, then root pi upon root pi will come out to be root pi into, everything will get cancelled, and if you will solve, it will come out to be 6 into 2 upon 7 into 10, not 7, it is under root 7. So if you will solve, then tan theta, upon solving this equation, I have solved it already, then it will come out to be 0.809. Theta will come out to be tan inverse of 0.809. If you will find the tan inverse of 0.809 using the calculator that is already given in the gate examination, then it will come out to be around 39 degree. So the twist angle in degree, it was also already asked, then the twist angle would be 39 in the nearest integer. Just keep the units very carefully rounded off to nearest integer, either one digit place, one digit decimal, two digit decimal. All these things need to be taken very special care. Now coming to the next question. In a multiplicative type tensioner, the angle of warp is 90 degree and the coefficient of friction between the yarn and the guide is 0.2. The angle of warp is 90 degree, that means 90 upon 180, that is pi by 2 in radian. All these angles are kept in radian in solving these types of question. If the input yarn tension is 10 centinewton, the output yarn tension in centinewton is, if you have read about the type of tensioner in multiplicative type of tensioner, you know the formula that T2 is equal to T1 e की power mu theta. Mu is the coefficient of friction, that is given as 0.2. So what is given, just write the things that are given. Mu as 0.2, theta as pi by 2, and T1 as 10 centinewton. Just keep these formulas in this unit and you will find the answer. 10 centinewton into e की power, e is exponent, तो e की power mu means 0.2 into pi by 2, so it will come out to be 10 into e की power 0.1 pi. Write the unit of pi as 3.14, so e की power 3 pi, write unit as 3.14 into 0.1, it will come out to be 0.314. If you will solve this using calculator, it will come out to be 10 into 1.368 unit. You can easily solve using this the gate calculator that is provided on the gate examination. So the answer is 13.68 centinewton. What would it is the right answer, but it is not the right answer since it is asked in one decimal place. Then the right answer is T2 is 13.6 centinewton. So 13.6 is the right answer. I think you have understood the concept behind this. So now coming to the next question. So in this question it is said that a take-up motion is shown below. The number of teeth on gear A, B, C, D and E are 60, 20, 40, 25 and 50 respectively. The circumference of the take-up roller is 40 centimeter. If one tooth is broken on gear B, then the wavelength of the fault in the fabric in integers is one tooth is broken here. One tooth is broken. And if the circumference is given out to be 40 centimeter, then we can say that 2 pi r is 40. It is given. Now, since B is taking 4 rounds, 2 pi r is 40. And at the same time, C will take 2 rounds. And since one tooth is broken at B, C, D and E will disturb 4 times as equivalent as it passes from one to another. Disturbance is transferred to the one roller to the another roller. That means that if the circumference is totally 40 centimeter and one tooth is broken here, then this 40 can be said as 4 times disturbance. And if it is 4 times into, let's suppose the wavelength is lambda, 40 is equal to 4 into lambda, then lambda is equal to 10, then the wavelength is said to be 10 centimeter. I think you have understood the concept behind all these things, that the disturbance is transferred to the roller from one roller to another roller, then thereafter therein and thereafter these are transferred. So in this way, this is a typical explanative and a conceptual question. This is not totally a numerical question. All these things you do not need to know, but you just need to know what is the basics behind the roller when the tooth is broken, then which type of disturbance takes place and how it is transferred therein and thereafter. So coming to the next question. It is also a NAT type of question. The tensile load F in Newton and elongation E in centimeter of a yarn are related as follows. F is equal to 2E square plus E. If the breaking elongation of the yarn is 10 centimeter, then the work of rupture Newton meter of the yarn wounded off to 2 decimal places. The work of rupture is asked in Newton meter and the elongation is given in centimeter. So you should also focus on units, that the units, all units are in same dimensions. So if we write F is equal to 2E square plus E and breaking elongation is 10 centimeter, breaking elongation is 10 centimeter. So we know that work of rupture is area under force elongation curve. It is work of rupture. So the area under work force elongation curve, how it is will be written as, so it is will be written as area under curve. Area under curve is in represented by integration. So 0 to 10, the integration of 0 to 10 FDE. So we can write that as 0 to 10. In place of f we can write 2e square plus e times dE. So if we integrate this, so 2e cube upon 3, 0 से 10, then e square 0 से 10 upon 2. If we solve that, 2 upon 3, 10 cube minus 0 plus 1 upon 2, 10 square minus 0. If we solve all this, so then it will come out to be f is equal to 2 upon 3 times 1000 plus 1 upon 2 times 100. On solving this, it will come out to be 716.67 Newton centimeter, since dE is given in centimeter and the answer is asked in Newton meter. So in Newton meter also divide by 100, then it will come out to be 7.16 Newton meter. And it is, since it is asked in 2 decimal place, then the correct option would be 7.16. It is the answer. I think you must have understood how the work of rupture is calculated. It is basically the area under curve, and how much the elongation is given, we can integrate easily using this simple mathematics and simple calculation. So I think you have understood the concept. Now coming to the next question.